Hey guys, it's Joy here for Honeybee Stamps. I wanted to create another snowflake card, so I decided to create some alcohol inked snowflakes. So I am starting with a piece of photo paper, a half of a sheet of a 8.5 by 11 sheet of photo paper, and I'm using the dull side, not the shiny side. The alcohol inks that I'm using is Glacier, which is this blue one here, Shell Pink, Aqua, Gumball, and Eggplant. And I'm just trying to get color on this background because we are going to use the Lovely Layers Large Snowflake dies and die cut out the images from this alcohol inked background. So I'm squirting some alcohol onto my work surface, then some of the alcohol ink, and then the brass pinata, which is a metallic alcohol ink. You can find that on Amazon. Here is the Shell Pink. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm using a blow dryer on the cool setting. You don't want to use it on the hot setting because it'll just dry your alcohol inks really quickly. The cool setting will move it around a lot and then dry. Now I will be using the Eggplant, and as you can see, I'm kind of pushing from side to side, and it creates these little lines, and you'll really see it with this purple one here, where it kind of dries and then you move the ink back and forth and you have all these fun little lines, and that purple one turned out so beautiful. I will end up kind of going over that when I'm mixing some more colors. I also think I need to buy a new brass pinata. I don't feel like the metallic gold was moving as much as I'd like it to, but that's just kind of like a not real important information, but I thought I would let you know because it should kind of move more with the alcohol ink. So I think I need to get a new one of those. This is the Aqua, and I think that's so pretty. Then we have Gumball. It's such a bright pink. I probably shouldn't have done 3 dots of it, but I do go back over some of these colors and blend it a little bit better, and then we can die cut. So I want to also make sure before I die cut that this is dry. I thought it was dry all the way. It was not tacky to the touch, but I think underneath was still a little bit wet. I did use my blow dryer when I was all done on hot and just kind of made sure that everything was dry. So I did get some alcohol ink on my die cuts, but I was able to clean it off with the alcohol, so it was no big deal. I'm going back over the Glacier area. I'm going to do the Shell Pink again, and then I believe I do the Aqua again. I felt like some of it got covered up. I'm also going to get kind of another pretty purple with that when I do the Aqua, and it's touching the Gumball. It's going to turn into a really beautiful color. Now you also can see that I'm tilting my paper up. I like to do that. It kind of helps with gravity if I'm trying to make like a darker line that you can see that has kind of a collection of the alcohol ink and it's much darker. If I'm tilting my paper up and then blowing in the opposite direction with my blow dryer, I feel like I have better control of where the alcohol ink is going. I don't want it to go shooting up to the top of my cardstock, so holding that up kind of stops that from happening. Now this is called Marabou Rainbow. It's an alcohol ink that you can get on Amazon. I'm just dropping big drops, and it has all this glitter inside, and it's so pretty. And as you can see it kind of moving and wicking away the color. I'm also going to do some smaller drops, and I'm using a paintbrush for that. So I just squirted a little bit on my work surface, and then I'm going to go all over the background. I think this turned out so pretty. Then I'm also going to bring in more of the brass pinata, and I'm going to splatter that all over the background. And then I love aquamarine colors, so I'm going to bring in the Aqua alcohol ink, and I'm going to splatter that all over the background as well. But look at how pretty this is. I just love those little dots. I love the design that it makes all over that whole background. And then let's do the Aqua alcohol ink. I'm going to clean off my paintbrush though. I don't want to have it mixed with the brass piñata. And then these are just a bunch of tiny little dots. So I'm going to put that in place. Okay, now for the embossing folder. I love the Snowflakes 3D embossing folder. I thought it would be really striking to do this with black cardstock. And I really wanted the snowflakes to pop off the background. I also want to add some shimmer to the background, so I'm using Honeybee Stamps, Be Shimmery Watercolor, and I'm splattering that all over the background, and I just love this stuff so much. It's so pretty. Okay, let's die cut. Now, I originally thought I was going to use the small snowflakes because this is Lovely Layers, so these layer. So I decided to die cut all of the snowflakes from the backgrounds. But off camera, when I was putting them together, I did not like it. So I actually ended up die cutting the small ones and another set of large ones from like a silver glitter cardstock that I have in my stash. So I am laying my alcohol inked snowflakes on top of that silver glitter cardstock, and I'm just offsetting it the tiniest bit. I thought it would be fun to have a little shine element behind my snowflakes. So again, I'm going to adhere those together with some liquid glue and just offset it like you would when you have like a word die and you want a black shadow. You're going to add the black word die behind your front of your word die and you just offset it a little bit. That's the same idea here. So I'm going to adhere that one down. I have the next one that I'm going to do, and I would definitely use liquid glue for this just because glitter cardstock is just a little bit harder to adhere to. Then for those smaller snowflakes, I die cut those also from that silver glitter cardstock, and those will pop up in the center. I wanted that to have some dimension, so I'm going to add some foam adhesive behind each one of those, and then I can pop that in the center of the larger snowflakes. I think it's so pretty, and then it definitely stands out. When I die cut those small ones from the alcohol ink, I just almost felt like the big ones got lost, if that makes sense, and I just didn't love how it looked. So I'm going to put that one right here in the center. Then my sentiment is from the Best of Everything stamp set. I did use the coordinating die. I am inking that up in my Misty with metallic silver ink, and it says, "Thank you for always being there." And then I can use the coordinating die to die cut that out. I love Honeybee Stamps coordinating word dies. I just think it's one of the best things ever. So I'm going to tape that in place and run that through my die cut machine. I did trim down my black panel about an 1/16 of an inch, no, excuse me, an 1/8 of an inch on all sides. I am adding some foam adhesive behind the largest snowflake. This one will have dimension. The other two will be adhered just directly to the background. So let me put that in place, and it does hang over a little bit. I did not trim off the excess, but you definitely could. But I just love the snowflakes how they are. And then I actually end up moving that big snowflake because I realized that my sentiment was covering up the little snowflake arm that had my favorite color on it. So I decided to kind of adjust that and also slightly shift the arm over so that way it's my sentiment's not completely covering it. So I'm going to slide that over again. And then now that sentiment fits perfect. Of course, I'm going to add some foam adhesive behind this because I want this to have dimension as well. And then I can just pop that in there. And I do want to finish off the snowflakes with the Winter Wonder gem stickers. And they're iridescent and they're perfect for the center of this. I liked it because I feel like you get all the colors that I used on the snowflakes, you get in these Winter Wonder gems. So I'm going to put those in the center of the snowflakes, and then we can take a look at this card up close. Look at how pretty that is. I love those snowflakes. The background is darling, and I love that it's popped off this black background. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you feel inspired by this project, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.